Minister ML here. Here we go. We're going to deal with something because somebody is trying to tell me that I should read the Book of Mormon. And this is why I feel like that statement is a scam. I don't care if it says here a little, there a little. That doesn't mean you just pick up any and every book and take it as the word of the Lord, the word of Yahuwah, the Hebrew Lord. So the reality is, we're going to take some moments here to study out Joseph Smith, the prophet responsible for the vision that created the Mormon church. So we're going to look Prophet Joseph Smith. We're going to look at that because you have to look at the roots of everything. Now, let's look at this guy. Take a look at this guy and tell me, first by looking at the colors of his eyes and the way he's looking, I'm almost 90 point sure, positive that this character, Edomite, Japhethian, scamite, was a slave owner. So let's start there. Now let's read up on Mr. Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith Jr. was an American religious leader and founder of Mormonism and the Latter-day Saint movement. When he was 24, Smith published the Book of Mormon, so he wrote the first Book of Mormon. By the time of his death, 14 years later, he attracted tens of thousands of followers and founded a religion that continues to present with millions of globe adherents. So let's just get down to this guy's personal life. He died at the age of 38. So that's gunshot wound. Okay, all of this sounds weird. Let's study him out real quick. This is your prophet who's responsible for the Book of Mormon. Smith was born in Sharon, Vermont. By 1870, he had moved with his family to Western New York, the site of intense religious revivalism during the Second Great Awakening. Smith claimed he experienced a series of visions, including one in 1820, which he saw two personages, whom he eventually described as the God, the Father, and Jesus Christ. So this guy is just walking around telling people he saw visions. And another in 1823 in which an angel he's claiming an angel. This guy, where's your evidence? Show me your proof. He's trying to say an angel directed him to a buried book of golden plates. This is all a scam. Now let's look at his personal life, because I don't even want to hear any more of this crap. Let's see here. Wait. Okay. In 1831, Smith and his followers moved west, planning to build a communal American Zion. They first gathered in Kirtland, Ohio, and established an outpost in Independence, Missouri, which was intended to be Zion's center place. Excuse me, I was coughing. During the 1830s, Smith sent out missionaries, published revelations, and supervised construction of the Kirtland Temple. Because of the collapse of the church-sponsored Kirtland Safety Society anti-banking Company, violent skirmishes with non-Mormon Missourians, and the Mormon extermination order, Smith and his followers established a new settlement at Nauvoo, Illinois, where he became a spiritual and political leader. In 1844, when the Nauvoo exposed or criticized Smith's power and practice of polygamy. What? So this scamite is preaching that it's okay to do that. You tell me that this is a book to read from? Yeah, let's read on. Smith and the Nauvoo City Council ordered the destruction of their printing press, inflaming anti-Mormon sentiment. Fearing an invasion of Nauvoo, Smith rode to Carthon, Illinois to stand trial, but he was killed when a mob stormed the jailhouse. So he got shot. His followers regard him as a prophet comparable to Moses and Elijah. Where? Where's what? Show me the evidence. Let's look at his life. He became interested in religion at age 12. So did I. Both his parents and his maternal grandfather reportedly had visions or dreams that they believed communicated messages from God. So this is a scam. This guy's a scam. He's a scam. Absolute scam. It sounds like I don't know what kind of golden plates he saw, but I think it's a scam. This whole story. The Smith family faced financial hardship due in part to the death of Smith's oldest brother. Okay, it's a pretty sad story. Who's this? This is his wife. He began marrying Emma Hale. When Smith proposed marriage, Emma's father, Isaac Hale, objected in part because he believed Smith had no means to support Emma. Typical. In his sworn testimony, Isaac Hale wrote that, in addition, he had other reasons for not giving consent to Smith to marry his daughter, one of which was that Smith's appearance at the time was that of a curious young man, not very educated, and very saucy and insolent to his father. They eloped and married January 18th. Let's get into this guy. Let's see here. I want to see this. I don't care about him found in the church. I want to see the tabloids, because I know there's some scams involved with this guy, and I'm not gonna sit here. So he was an Ohio guy. Okay, let's see. What? He introduced the greater authority. Wait a minute. This guy's a scam. Yeah, I already debunked this scam before, but let's get down to his real life here, because you guys have to dig and find out the truth about reality when it comes down to the Mormons. Let's see. Okay, so he went to jail. Okay, but let's get that. Like, I don't want to hear about this that they try to paint as his, rift developed. Okay, here we go. Here's the juice. By 1844, a rift developed between Smith and a half a dozen of his closest associates, most notably William Law, Smith's trusted counselor, and Robert Foster, a general of Nauvoo Legion, disagreed with Smith about how to manage Nauvoo's economy. Both also said that Smith had proposed marriage to their wives. What? Believing the descendants were plotting against his life, Smith excommunicated them on April 18th, 84. These descendants formed a competing church, and that following month at Carthage, the county seat, they pursued indictments against Smith for perjury, as Smith denying more than one wife. This guy has a problem with his peace. This sounds like he can't be faithful to one woman already. This sounds like a scam. I mean, this all sounds like a scam. This is involved with let's see here, all kinds of what? Epileptic seizures, bipolar disorder. He was fraud. What? Myth maker. He was believing in myths. Let's read this story here. Believers tend to focus on Smith's achievements and religious teachings and minimize his personal defects, detractors, and critics. Meanwhile, focus on his mistakes, legal troubles, and controversial doctrines. During the first half of the 20th century, some writers suggested that Smith might have suffered from epileptic seizures or from psychological disorders such as a paranoid delusions or bipolar disorder, manic depressive illness that might explain his visions and revelations. So everything that he wrote was a scam. Many modern biographers disagree with these ideas more than not. Of course they would. Interpretations include viewing Smith as a prophet who had normal human weaknesses, a pious fraud who's believed he was called by God to preach repentance and felt justified inventing visions in order to convert people. He's a scam. A gifted myth maker whose teachings were inspired by the 19th century environment. This guy was a scam. So before you start picking up other books, let's talk to him. Let's see what his wife says. The first of Smith's wives, Emmett Health, gave birth to 9 children during their marriage, 5 of whom died before the age of 2. The eldest, Alvin, died within hours of birth. Did the twins, Louis. Okay, let's get down. No, let's see here. No. Let me see here. Let's see here. Wait a minute. I read this story about this guy. Yeah, see, polygamy. Yeah, he's been teaching to have 75 women. 30 additional women. He married 30 women. Yeah, this is your prophet Joseph Smith, who's responsible for the scam, the Book of Scamming, also known as Mormon. You are not God's people if you're picking and choosing what you're going to listen to. You need to listen to the Hebrew Bible and stop flicking and flacking and slurking and sliding. Stay on one side of the coin, or you, my friend, will be considered a scamite. I'm Minister ML.